Have you ever noticed most workplace conflicts aren't about actual problems? It is about ego clashes. Two people can see the same problem, but because how they see themselves, it differs. If you want to manage the conflict with others, first you will need to manage the conflict within yourself. And that begins from your self image. Hello everyone, I'm Subhavahini Seetharaman. I'm a holistic yoga and wellness professional. For almost a decade, I'm helping mid-working professionals to master their inner world to impact outer world through my signature framework called Leader Reimagined. In corporate training, conflict management is usually taught as communication techniques, negotiation skills, or anger control. These are important, but these are incomplete because the conflict doesn't start outside, it starts inside within us. Let me explain this with a comparison. Think of a machine. A machine has a loop: input, process, output. If the output isn't right, you give feedback. And what happens? The machine doesn't get offended. It doesn't feel insulted. It just adjusts the input, processes again, and gives a better output. Now, let us look at us, humans. The same loop exists: input, process, output. But here is the difference. When feedback comes in, it doesn't just enter a neutral system, it passes through something very powerful, that is our self-image. Dr. Maxwell Maltz, author of Psycho-Cybernetics, explains this beautifully. We act, feel, and behave in line with the picture we hold of ourselves. That means if my self-image is healthy, like I'm competent, I'm capable, then the feedback looks like an information. I just take that information, I process it, and I give the better result. But if my self-image is not healthy, like I am not good enough, everyone is against me, then the same feedback looks like a criticism, insult, or even rejection. What is my reaction towards it? Withdrawal, isn't it? That is where actual conflict starts. So, the way we handle feedback is heavily dependent on the self-image, and it directly shapes how we handle the conflicts. Researchers have mapped out 5 common conflict management styles. Let us look into that. Let us understand this graph. X-axis is our concern for others. Y-axis is a concern for ourselves. Let us consider we have low concern for ourselves and we also have low concern for others. This particular quadrant is called as avoiding style. Avoiding conflict management style. This is when someone says, forget it, I don't want to talk about it. The conflict doesn't go away, it just stays under the carpet. For example, 2 colleagues disagree on a task, but one walks away saying, I will just do whatever. Inside, nothing is resolved. Now let us plot low concern for self, but high concern for others. This is accommodating style. This is accommodating conflict management style. This looks like peace on the surface, but inside it's a silent frustration. For example, your boss changes your idea last minute and you say, okay, fine, even though you disagree. You keep others happy but ignore your own voice. Over time, resentment builds. Okay, next, let us plot high concern for self but low concern for others. This is called dominating style, dominating conflict management style. This is the I must win style. The person pushes their opinion strongly even if it means others feel ignored. For example, in a meeting, one person keeps interrupting saying, no, my way is the best, let us do this way. And it looks powerful, but often it comes from insecurity. If I lose, I will look weak. So let us plot the next one. Balanced concern for self and balanced concern for others. This is a middle path. Both sides give up a little, to reach an agreement. For example, two teams want different timelines. One wants 2 weeks, the other wants 4 weeks. They settle at 3 weeks. It works, but sometimes neither side is fully satisfied. Okay, the last one and very powerful, it is high concern for self and high concern for others. This is called collaborating style. Collaborating conflict management style. This is the healthiest approach. Both sides share openly, listen deeply, and find win-win. For example, instead of arguing about timelines, both teams brainstorm and design a plan where urgent tasks are delivered in 2 weeks and the rest in 4 weeks. Everyone's needs are respected, and here is the key. Collaboration usually comes from the strong self-image, because when I don't feel threatened, I can value both my needs. So, the style we choose in the conflict isn't random. It is how we see ourselves. It is filtered through how we see ourselves. An unhealthy self-image often leads to avoidance, accommodation, or domination. A secure self-image empowers us to compromise or even better collaborate. And that is why self-image is at the root of conflict management. Without strengthening that, all other techniques will remain on the surface level.